was this. When I was 25, I was this. I'm not that anymore at 30, right? Like, so these labels that we put on ourselves, you know, I could say I have all these desirable traits that I'm labeling as myself, but am I feeding my ego, or is that something good for my heart? That's
Sure.
something that's like always a conundrum. Like, I want my heart and my head to speak to each other, mind, body, soul, spirit, all this stuff to be in alignment. But there's sometimes, you know, again, I'm a human, but when I doubt myself one day and I label myself an imposter, I label myself as a joke, that's not making my ego happy.
Sure.
Or it's deflating the ego, but I'm ideally doing the work to have no ego.
Sure.
And I know that's borderline impossible because I have a lot of personality, but like, I'm no better than anybody.
Right.
That's why I believe in you, is because I know what I'm capable of. So automatically, you are probably just as good or better than me. And
Sure.
I praise people just for being who they are. It's
Right.
It's kind of interesting, but yeah, I don't, again, never know where my questions are going, but like, labels
I love it.
directly affecting the ego through different areas in your life. Like,
Yep. It's you know, it's that balance, right? It's putting in the work so that you do have the support system on the days where you're not feeling it, right? And that's what I
why we
really
need
want to get to.
community.
Sure,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah, and this is not about boosting the ego and you know, painting yourself to be this, you know, egotistical being, right? I don't want that for anybody. But
Yeah.
knowing your worth and valuing the impact that you can make, I think that's a different thing, right?
Fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't want to talk about the ego because
Sure.
it's a horrible. It. I mean, that's what drives doubt and fear too.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Like, because I don't know, like I said, I go 20 different ways, so it's always hard to like trickle around what I want to say.
For sure.
But you know, you could say that, oh, I'm hanging around all these celebrities and I get to photograph for, you know, all these Red Rocks shows and festivals and whatnot. That's you could say I'm cool just because of that, and that's your ego talking.
Sure, sure.
But at the same time, that's not your final destination.
No.
So you're falling in love with the process that feeds your soul rather than boosting your ego. Or, you know, new freelancers or photographers that have been in the game for 3 years, they keep building their portfolio and then they hit that one big thing. Like,
Right.
I got to shoot, you know, Taylor Swift's wedding. I don't know.
Sure.
And then it's like, I'm the best photographer ever.
Sure.
Like, you got to always watch that. You got to keep your ego in check.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a certain amount of validation that's always being sought after
Mhm.
anytime you share a creative work, right? I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody that doesn't want validation from their work,
Mhm.
right? But how do you handle that? You know, I get to spend time with celebrities and high performing people, but I don't care as much about that anymore. Maybe I did at first, right?
Yeah.
I when I started, I was just shooting punk rock shows to get backstage passes because I thought,
Yeah.
you know, I'm getting into shows for free. I'm cool, right? I might get a T-shirt at the end of the night. Like, I don't know. I thought it was super cool, right? And then as I started meeting more and more high level people, I realized I have an opportunity to learn, right? I have an opportunity to, via osmosis, right? And just being close to these people, I have an opportunity to learn, right? I've gotten hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of masterminds, coaching, retreats, all these things just because I was there offering my service, right? And then I amplify
Yeah.
my network through that. But the point is that just be open to learning and growing, right? And know that you don't have to have it all figured out. You never will. And just absorb what you can and share it with other people who need it, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing right here.
Open everything.
Open to everything. Yes.
Open to everything. Oh man, yeah, that's awesome, dude. Like I said, you know, when you said learning, that's the one thing that I have personally found to get me out of any funk ever. I was telling you yesterday, when you know, are in between your gigantic dog's crate and the TV, you know,
Right.
and you're feeling a little bit anxious, pivot, get out of that space, get out of that force field, that,
Right.
you know, and yeah, just you're then learning what's going to help you get into that. Now, other people would say, well, you're suppressing something that needs to be dealt with, or you're
Right.
suppressing your feelings. I don't see it like that. I see that as perseverance.
Right.
Because I've been through years, seriously, years of depression and poor me mentality and thinking I can't do this and whatnot. But through the years, I've learned that ain't gonna do anything good for me.
Right. Right.
Maybe I need to deal with something, or a guilty conscience, or something that I felt like I said that was wrong. Or like, yes, deal with your emotions.
Right.
But something that you then notice for the 1,000th time for me is, nope, redirect. Go for a walk. Go
Right.
open the book. Go draw in your coloring book for 2 minutes. Right. It
Sure.
goes back to me saying I think
Yeah.
everybody's ADHD.
Physically get out of the space you're in.
get out of the space.
Right, right. I think that's important. Something we talked about briefly yesterday is Mel Robbins and the 5 second rule,
Mhm.
right? A great opportunity to put it in place is like when you're getting out of bed in the morning, right? When you first wake up and you don't want to get out of bed and it's cold out there and you're all cozy in your
Yeah.
sheets. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move your body.
Yeah.
That for me has been pivotal in just making a change, right? And it works for when you're in a funk, right? I don't want to just sit in at my desk chair all day and you know, poke around, edit old photos, you know, do Instagram type stuff. Like, if you're not feeling it, get out of there.
Yeah.
Move your body. Go do something different and come back to it when you can give it your all.
Move your body, free your mind. I
That's
coined
it.
that term on episode 13.
I like it. I like it.
Something like that. Yeah, man, I tried that for the first time this morning.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
I remembered us talking about 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1, and it's funny because I did 5,
Oh shit. Yeah.
4, and I did not do it perfectly.
Yep.
I like grunged through it, but finally when I said 0, my body popped the fuck up.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it's really
And
cool.
This is the first day I've tried it, so
Right. There's a ton of science behind it, and I won't even try to butcher that because, but yeah, you're when you get to 0, your mind needs somewhere else to go, right? So when you physically move your body, those two things in conjunction create separation from where you just were, right? And they propel you and create momentum into where you're headed,
Yep.
right? So if you need to put in the work, if you need to get those photos edited, if you need to reply to those emails, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I love
easy
that.
as that.
I love
It's
that.
a pain in the ass.
Oh
It is.
man,
It's a pain in the ass.
I've only done it once, but I'm super excited to do it more.
And this is again, it's like the knowing. Once you know these
Yeah.
tricks and these hacks and all the science behind them and stuff, it's like every time you don't do it, you're consciously choosing a step away from your goal.
Yeah, there's
Right.
a good book that I didn't think I was going to talk about today, but this piggybacks again. It's called Many Habits. Now, how do you form consistency? We have to form a habit.
Right.
Well, it takes a long time to form a habit. I think they say 21 days, or even if it's 5, 6 days for some people, that is your habit. Many habits is breaking that habit down into extremely simple tasks. So if you want to do yoga for a month straight, 30 days in a row, well, you got to do it one day.
Right.
And how do you do it day one? Well, put your mat on the floor.
Right.
Right. So you're breaking down these habits into very miniature things. You
Right.
want to learn guitar?
Yeah.
Play guitar 1 minute a day.
Right.
And then maybe after 2 days, maybe you play for 5 minutes.
Sure.
Someone that wants to do 50 push-ups, you got to do one.
Got to do one. Or somebody that wants to start running, right? Just put on your shoes and walk around the block.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get out of the house.
Yeah.
Just go. You don't have to do 5 miles the first day.
One of my really good friends, I'm on day 4 of this, but lunges. His trainer lunges a quarter mile or a half a mile a day every day.
Yeah.
And that's his cardio, that's his ab workout, it's strengthening his grounding
Yeah.
limbs, and I'm on day 4, my legs are jello, especially after skiing yesterday, but
We skied hard, man. It was fun.
I love, and again, this is all under the umbrella of biohacking, why I wanted to get you here, but mental and physical, we're training ourselves constantly,
Sure.
whatever process, to be the best version of ourselves that we can be in business, in relationships,
Right.
in spirit, in
Right.
consciousness.
Well said, man.
We belong to the dark side, but the great dark side.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's just it's really complex, right? And everything feeds everything, right? The way you talk to yourself, what you feed yourself, the activity levels, all these things matter, right? And it can be overwhelming, but I would say for anyone out there who wants to dive into biohacking or looking into morning or evening routines, whatever it is, just pick something that interests you, right? Whether it's intermittent fasting or buying a juicer or just committing to in February we did the 5 commitments, right?
Yeah.
The 5 for Feb. Like, find some accountability, find a group.
Yeah.
Just do one
accountability
thing.
partner or a good friend that'll want to do this with you. And again, just breaking those things into smaller pieces. We've talked about 7 or 8 things today.
Yeah.
It'll be overwhelming for the mind that, again, is still kind of struggling, and
Right.
we all are, but these are things we've found and we've tried, and this helps us.
Right.
Maybe it doesn't work for you at all. If you don't want intermittent fast, you don't have to intermittent fast.
Right.
Or if you don't want to do yoga, don't do yoga.
Sure.
It's just, you got to find those things, going back to writing down what makes you happy, what do you want in life.
Right.
You can Google it. I'm sure you could Google 100
Sure.
things that makes a human happy, and
Right.
then you can start, highlighting. Oh, this is what. All right, and I'm gonna try it today.
Right.
Again, taking action,
Right.
doing these things, man. I stress this to all of my friends,
For sure.
and all of anybody out there, and my family especially, like people that I care about, or new people like I met yesterday. Dude, I believe in you.
Right.
You are such a powerful human being. Like,
Right.
it's really cool, and I don't know. I've been doing this stuff for about 10 years,
Right.
so I'm not new to the game, but I'm new to